Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday to you. It's region weather meteorologist Matt Wentz. Hope you guys are doing well here. Hope you had a nice weekend. My goodness, still feels like summer outside and the calendar keeps ticking, but the weather does not change. It will change. Buckle up. We've got some big changes coming our way. It's going to feel more like October outside. And we've got kind of a long range look into the middle and beginning of the latter half of October, what we see coming our way weather wise. So we'll cover that here in the forecast. But as always, on Sunday evening, I'm humbled you guys decided to join me for a little weather chat. So let's get to it. I'm going to pop on our satellite imagery here. I'll show you and kind of explain what's going on with that in a second. Let's get through our sponsors here while we let a couple other people join. And then we'll get to our early birds. We have some new folks that were first in line tonight, hot on that trigger of join broadcast. I don't know what you're clicking on there, but I do appreciate it. All right, we'll start with Earl's Heating and Air Conditioning. It is furnace season, folks. If your furnace needs tuned up, it does. Every single year, you need to get the filters cleaned out. You could put a new filter in. You need to make sure all the wiring works. Maybe you need your HVAC dusted out, whatever it happens to be. Let Earl's be in charge of that for you. They've been serving Schererville since 1976, serving all of Lake and Porter County. That's been a business that's been around a while. They do great work at Earl's. EarlsHeating.com is the place to go to there. PSA, those are our public service adjusters. What are those? Well, you have your insurance company. If you have a claim on your property, whatever it happens to be, you go to your insurance company. They drag their feet. They ask for more information. They don't believe you. They give you half the price of what your thing's even worth. And it's miserable. You have to keep track of all of it and keep hounding them. Well, here's where public service adjusters come in. They're local licensed insured adjusters. Call them first or go to publicserviceadjusting.com. And what they'll do, they'll come out, they'll take pictures of it, analyze it, do all that work for you, and they'll submit the package to your insurance company, and they'll do all the back and forth. You don't even have to talk to your insurance company, and they'll get you top dollar back. They are so stubborn, they don't accept lowball amounts from insurance companies. They do great work. Publicserviceadjusting.com. Romans Roofing, the place to go if you're in need of a new roof. Maybe you need something patched. I know it hasn't been raining a lot, so you can't tell what's leaking, but if that problem does come up here in the next couple of weeks, make sure you go to Romans. They also do roofing and siding and windows and gutters and all that stuff to make sure your home's locked in for the winter season. So again, serving Hobart and all of Northwest Indiana, they provide retail and storm restoration options. All inspections and estimates are free. RomansRoofing.net or 219-838-9111. Halcyon Water Solutions. Water is pretty important. It's something that you're drinking every single day, and I'll tell you what, it matters what kind of water you're doing. So just a little side note, we have well water at our house, and it's been bone dry, right? And I accidentally left. I'm testing a little area of the lawn. I planted a new grass seed, and I want it to actually grow because everything else looks like it's Saharan desert outside. And so I left the sprinkler on a little bit longer this morning before church, and I forgot. And so our water is now like brown. It's coming out like super brown and gross. And I don't know. It's just really important. So water is not just needing to be filtered at this point in our house, but we're like, oh, I don't want to take a shower. So we're into that. You get my point. Water is everything that you do, and you want to make sure your water is good. And Halcyon provides the highest quality water treatment with exceptional service across the board, all of Northwest Indiana. They do water softening, filtration, salt delivery, maintenance. They've got all your water needs covered. Call 866-97-WATER to schedule your free in-home water analysis today. They'll test all the stuff that's in it, and they'll take care of it for you. They do great work. Minogue.life, the place to go. Michael Minogue is our expert in the world of life insurance, Medicare, Medicaid. He does great work, and he wants to let us know that open enrollment period has started, and a lot of people getting spam calls. What you need to do is just hang up or don't answer it at all. There are a lot of changes to all the plans for 2026, including some plans are not going to be continued anymore. He recommends everyone has a sit-down review with him, including people with supplements, because some of the Part D prescription drug plans are getting discontinued. If your plan ends and you do not select a new plan, you'll go back to only Medicare Part A and B. Let him sort that out for you for free. He'll come in, or you come in, you sit down, he'll go over all your options for you and come up with exactly what you need to know. Again, Minogue.life, the website there. Don't let the mortgage process haunt you in the month of October. Kate Cusack, your home loan girl, is here to answer all your questions this Halloween. She knows the home buying process can seem scary, but she's got you covered with financing options for everyone. No tricks, just treats with Kate. Contact her today for a pre-approval to find out about refinancing options for all of your needs as those rates come down. She wrote that. She had a pumpkin spice before she did. TigerPlumbing.net, the place to go for your plumbers. They do amazing work. You guys know that. Reach out to them if you need a plumber. They come out for free. FBIBuildings.com. They've done over 20,000 pole barns in the whole entire Midwest. That's a lot. That is a lot. Commercial, residential, renovation. They do it all with pole barn construction. They do amazing work. FBIbuildings.com if that's something that you're looking to for maybe your business or your home. TNT Tree Service, they provide not just professional work, but they do amazing work. They clean up. If you guys have any trees that are on the fritz, maybe you are looking to get something removed that, you know, if it's been kind of bothering you, you're worried about it coming down on power lines of the house, let TNT Tree Service do that. They do amazing work. It's TT Tree Service or 219-362-56. Great Lakes Lighting, let your lighting be the envy of the neighborhood with expertly placed outdoor lighting. Not only enhances security, but can do the landscaping as well to make it look really nice. They'll get it on timers. They'll get it all set. It's great. You should see their work on Facebook, Great Lakes Lighting on Facebook, or the website is lightupnwi.com. Finally, last but not least, Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Valparaiso. They've been serving Valpo and all of Northwest Indiana for decades due to amazing work in the community as well with donations and volunteer service. And they sell great cars, and they do it at a non-hassle thing. You don't get hassled with it. Oh, I hate that. Grieger's Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right there on US 30 in Valpo. All right, our newest early bird here tonight. We welcome Mark to the show. Mark, hello. You were early, and good morning to you. He always says morning. Ethan's with us. Hi, Ethan. Rhonda's with us as well. Mark says, oh, hi, by the way, on our YouTube channel as well. Mary's with us. Hi, Mary. Happy Sunday, Lynn. Mark, thank you very much. Vicky, hey to you. Rhonda, thank you very much. We're doing well. It's chaos in our house, but we're getting there. We'll get there eventually. For those of you that don't know, we have a 2-week-old in the house now. Embry is his name. We changed his name because they forced us to kind of come up with a name last minute. We didn't really know. So his name's Embry. But anyways, 2 weeks old. That's on top of our 4 other children that are 9 and under. So full house. Everyone was screaming about 20 minutes ago. And I said, honey, I can change the time of Region Weather Live. She's like, just do it. She's so calm and collected. So, all right. So here we are. So if you're screaming in the background, it's just our kids. It's fine. Jeff, good evening to you. Tom's still getting a lot of peppers and tomatoes. We're still getting tomatoes, Tom, but the pepper's still going for you. Good for you. Deb's with us. Good evening, Susan. Hi there, Amy. Thanks for joining us. Gail, yeah, everyone's doing okay. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's not pretty, but we're getting there eventually. Carol, yes, you can bust out the hoodie this week. Mark says the impatience still growing. Mums came in. No place to plant. That's so true. Mark, same thing at our house. Our impatiens are huge right now. I'm just going to do containers of them next year. I didn't realize how big they get, especially when you feed them. And we have some mums that are randomly coming up. I'm like, I don't remember planting mums, but yeah, you guys can if you get them in early enough, if you get your mums in now, maybe the ones you bought at the store, they still have enough time to root given these temperatures. It's kind of tricky. They don't always take root, but you can plant your mums and they'll come back year after year, which is kind of cool. Elisa's ready for fall temperatures. I got you there. Good weather for dust bubbles, says Maxwell. Yes, it is, Maxwell. It has been so dry. Derek says it's been dry. Dragika's with us. Cheryl Lynn, hello to you. Donna's with us. Good evening, Donna. Thanks for joining us. Diana, thank you, Draga. I appreciate it. And JK, yeah, we harvested the mystery squash. We'll get to the forecast here. I've wasted enough of your time, but I'm very conscious of that. But yes, JK, our mystery squash that was taking over the garden I'll bring one next week. They're all upstairs in bowls, and we we gave a bunch to the kids' teachers. But there's just those little cornucopia little things, and they're growing like crazy. We probably grew, I'd say 20 to 25 of those suckers, and there's still some growing out there. It's insane. I don't even know where they come from. Bird misplanted it or something like that. Just incredible. So there's that. Oh, that's awesome. 2 German Shepherd puppies, almost 3 months. Your river named them Shrek and Fiona. That makes total sense. Big Shrek fan. All right, let's dive into the weather. I do appreciate you guys joining me here tonight, though. Again, I hope you guys are doing well. Coming off the weekend, going into the work week, we finally have some changes coming our way. So here's what we've got right now. The satellite, we still have enough daylight, although it's waning. Our sunlight angle right now, our energy coming from the sun is equal to that of February. Isn't that crazy? So the kids were saying, oh, I got to wear sunscreen today. And, a good dad would probably say, yeah, you do. But meteorologist dad says, no, you don't need to wear sunscreen. We're fine. We've got a February sun outside. You're not going to get burnt. Don't take my advice medically. But again, that's kind of where we're at right now. So that sun isn't very strong. It doesn't go to work very long in the sky, obviously, as our days continue to get shorter. And the other thing is whenever we get fog this time of year, or those stratus clouds, which are going to become more common next couple months, it's tougher for that sun, given how kind of weak that energy is coming through, to burn off that kind of stuff. So that's what kind of leads to some of the cloudier days that we get in the wintertime. And we're already starting to see that take place in areas of the upper Midwest. There's some of these storm systems, the stratus clouds kind of hanging out. But the reason why I bring that up, you see sunset kind of taking over here, but we still got a really good look today from space, from the satellite. Couple systems to note here. We've got a cold front out in the plains. Thank goodness. Not only are we going to bring in cooler air after this summer-like weekend, but we're going to bring in some rain. And my goodness, this rain looks even better on the modeling tonight. I'll show you why. Because what's going to happen, see this feature down towards the south? There was a chance that it turned tropical. It didn't. It's got tropical moisture with it. But the system down towards the south is coming our way. And at the same time, the cold front's going to come in from the north. And both these are going to kind of meet up and kind of squeeze out some extra moisture, which is really, really nice to see. In terms of the radar presentation, we've got a good amount of rain. It moves through pretty quickly out in areas of the Midwest, but at least we're getting rain in these spots. They've been pretty dry as well. You can see some of the embedded thunderstorms in Iowa. This is slowly going to curve its way in our direction as that southern moisture meets up. But that drought continues, and you can see Iowa's okay on the drought scale right now. Obviously, we're dry. We've got areas of the state that are under severe drought. We've got areas in the state, albeit a small area, that are in extreme drought right now. And it's just dry, so bone dry with this pattern. It's been incredible. In August and September, I can't remember a pattern that we've gotten into for 2 months straight where we just had everything going up and over, and we've essentially shut off the Gulf. But that's what we have done. The good news is we're starting to change that pattern again. We no longer have a blocking pattern across the eastern U.S., so things are going to get rolling again. It doesn't mean we're going to have a ton of rain from this, but at least we're bringing periodic rain chances in here, as you'll see here in the forecast. So let's take you through it. Let's talk about this front. We'll get you started on your work week. We've got one more kind of, I'll say hot day, but very warm day tomorrow. Should make it back into the 80s again. Remember, our average high is getting into the upper 60s this time of year. It's fallen really quickly. We're losing about 3 degrees per week on the average. And usually the temperatures start to follow suit well. This is our quickest cooling month. And so we tend to notice those changes hit pretty quick this month. And we'll see that later this month. But in terms of rainfall, see the southern moisture. This is tomorrow afternoon. Southern moisture, northern moisture. We've been saying since last week, late Monday into Tuesday was our chance of rain. Can't rule out a pop-up shower tomorrow. What we'll be seeing really is increasing clouds as this moisture kind of collides. Oh, moisture. I'm so excited. Notice how we've got a nice south wind. It'll be a nice warm day. We'll have some humidity around as well tomorrow. But as those clouds thicken up, can't rule out a few scattered showers out of it. But we're really waiting on the system out towards the west and the one to the south. Watch how nicely these things come together as they kind of meet up. Should get a good push of moisture into this front. This is late tomorrow, really afternoon into the evening. I think after that evening rush hour into the overnight hours, that's going to be our best chance at some rumbles of thunder, some heavier downpours as that front moves through. Some of this moisture looks a little pre-front, so you got the front itself. That moisture will collect and kind of outrun the front just a little bit. Either way, some good downpours are likely tomorrow, very late in the day, like after sunset. Once you get home, you're getting ready for bed, should get some good downpours, and especially overnight. And then that pushes on out. It'll be a pretty progressive system. We'll wake up Tuesday morning, could be some lingering showers. We'll likely have some of those lingering stratus clouds around we talked about that are kind of hard to burn off this time of year. We'll likely have those in the morning, and then we would see improving conditions in the afternoon. But you see that wind flow, see these little arrows here coming out of the northwest. That is a cooling breeze, folks, and it is going to get cooler around here. How much rain are we looking at? Well, I come through the models. Consensus is anywhere from 1/4 of an inch up to an inch, depending on where these thunderstorms develop. But you can see the range here. This is the NAM-NEST saying 1/4 of an inch. That's not a lot, all right? But it just depends on where these storms go. I mean, if they miss us, yeah, we'd be missing the rain. But if they hit us, we'll be getting good amounts. So that's the NAM-NEST. Let's look at the HRRR real quick, and you can see the difference in this. The HRRR has amounts that are over an inch in spots, okay? And this is all dependent, again, on where those efficient rainfall-producing thunderstorms are. Remember, thunderstorms and more well-developed showers can crank out the downpours, all right? If we get the scattered stuff around, yeah, it's going to help, but it's not going to produce the rain that we need, okay? And so we need some rumbles of thunder. Hopefully we can get that, all right? So that's what we're looking at. Again, anywhere from 1/4 of an inch to probably an inch of rain on to do it. Other stories of temperatures, all right? So here's your highs tomorrow. You can see how we're still on the warm side of things. Look at the difference. This is October, all right? This is what happens. You get these, and I want to point to it like I'm at a green screen. It's been 2 weeks since I've done green screen work, and I really want to do it. I'm on paternity leave, FYI, for the next 4 weeks, and so I'm really missing doing the weather. But anyway, no green screen here. We'll just point at the monitor with my mouse cursor, but you can see this fine line right here. We've got 80s in the forecast tomorrow, gusty southwest wind, and then it goes from 80s to 50s and 60s for highs tomorrow afternoon. Even some spots in Iowa and Nebraska may not get out of the upper 40s and low 50s. So big change behind this front, right? That front will arrive again with that rain tomorrow night into early Tuesday, and then it goes by and we are cooler on Tuesday. High temperatures stay in the low to mid 60s at best. Remember, we'll start with the clouds around. We'll have a decent breeze. Humidity's going to drop. It's going to feel really refreshing on Tuesday by afternoon. All right. Where do we go from there? All right. Let's take you through not just middle October, but into like the 19th, 20th time frame. We can go that far with some accuracy to it. Here's your front that moves in. You see how everything kind of collides. It's heading on out on Tuesday. We are going to go dry again for much of the rest of the week, but temperatures are going to be cooler. We're not going to be baking the soil. It's going to be a much more pleasant brand of air in here later this week. Notice that's Wednesday. Here's Thursday. High pressure starts to shift out towards the east rather than just sitting for 2.5 weeks. So as that shifts east, it'll open up some Gulf moisture. By Friday, we'll be bringing in another cold front. This cold front is going to be of Pacific origin, so it's not going to have enough time to really connect with that Gulf moisture. But there is a chance of rain later this week. This would be, as of right now, Friday. It doesn't look to be great. You see how there's not much moisture with that. We'll see if that changes on the modeling. The only change that I could see, because again, meteorologists, and it's driving me nuts because and I'm just going to go on a side note real quick. There are so many weather pages out there right now because like everyone's doing it. Couple things I pride ourselves on, we're local. Okay, I don't see a lot of local pages. They're all like, I want to go national. I want to go for the whole state of Indiana so we can get a lot of people to view and make money. Great, good for you. We're local to Northwest Indiana. That's all we're going to cover. Okay, so we're proud of that, number one. Number two, these other pages, and I have to put out fires because I get messages every day about some of these things other pages are putting out, and they're getting more prevalent. They put out model data, and this is an example of nothing that's flashy. All right, they're putting out winter forecasts that run like 10 times a day. They're putting out how much snow we're going to get this winter, and thousands of people are sharing it. And it's driving me nuts. But this is an example of something that could get shared. Okay, that hey, there's rain coming on Friday. Look, all right. My job as a meteorologist isn't to tell you what the model's saying. It's to tell you what I think the model's going to do so we can actually forecast the weather for that day, right? And so what I could see happening with this is that this rain goes away, all right, because there's not much to it. Most of the energy is up in Canada, and there's just not a lot left. And so your odds of it raining on Friday are either going to hold with some isolated to scattered activity, or they're going to go down, all right, rather than ramping up. You don't need all that information. I just want to let you know some inside baseball that we got. Okay, so there's that. That system goes by. Weekend looks good for right now on Saturday. Sunday, though, we're running the risk of this next storm system coming in, and this one has another shot of cooler air behind it for the following Monday. All right, that's the 13th. And notice how we turn kind of rainy as things getting organized. It's going to be the same setup as it looks next week to what we have right now, all right, where we've got a front that kind of stalls across our region or in the plain states and Midwest, and that front kind of battles between warm and cold, and then eventually the cold wins out, which it'll start to do, all right? And hopefully next week we can set up this battle zone for multiple days where the front kind of comes in, stalls, heads back, comes back, all that good stuff, okay? We want fronts to stall given this dry pattern we've had. But either way, my point is next week looks rainier. It looks like we're going to have several rounds of rain and perhaps some thunderstorms around here as this cold air tries to get in, and it does look to get here by the following weekend. All right, I know a lot of parents out there are planning fall fests. When should I go out? When should I go to the pumpkin patch? When should I take the kids to the hayride? Whatever it happens to be. A lot of teenagers and stuff are looking at the haunted houses. When's a good night? They don't care about the weather, let's be honest. And so in terms of the forecast, we're looking fallish the weekend of the 18th and 19th. And then next weekend, we'll have to keep an eye on this weak system that comes through. Otherwise, we should be good next weekend. So weather looks more promising this next coming weekend, all right, but it looks more fallish if you're into that, like sweatshirt weather the weekend after that, all right? That's what we're looking at right now. And then you can see as we go through time beyond that, another big system coming in. These have some wind with them finally. They have big temperature changes. You see the snow in the upper Midwest as well, all right? One other thing I want to show you, I didn't have this in the forecast or in the presentation, so I'm going to throw it up here now. Let me get to it real quick, though. Let's just look for kicks, all right? Let's look at some of the snowfall, all right? It's fun to look at. So here is, I want to look at snow depth. Okay, so here's where the snow is accumulating. And let's go 12Z so we can go out a little further. And here's where snow is expected to be on the ground as we get into mid-October. Lots of snowfall falling in Canada, as you'd expect. Remember, this is key to see how much, and again, above average amounts in Western Canada in spots, as there's numerous storm systems coming in. This is key to kind of how the beginning of our winter unlocks, because cold air usually comes south this time of year, and it's pretty cold, right? Because we're losing daylight at a real fast clip up in the Arctic Circle, et cetera, as you get into Canada. And that cold air tends to come into the northern U.S. this time of year, and it moderates, right? It's like in the 20s and 30s. It gets here. You've got land, which is heating up. We're still warm, and so that air moderates. As we lay down snowpack, and it's really important to see how much snow is falling in Canada and how much is accumulating. As we continue to lay that down, now that cold air tries to make it south, and that snowpack, if you remember, is like an igloo cooler, all right? So it's helping to keep everything cold around it. And so that cold air can't moderate when it's moving over snowpack. So it keeps going, and it goes as far as it can go until it hits bare land. And so as we watch this snowpack continue to add up in areas of Canada, as soon as that happens, we often get an Arctic hit that makes it this far south. And it's doing that, as you'd expect in October. But some of these amounts are a little high coming in from Canada, especially in some of the projections. All right, temperature-wise, last thing I've got, then you can throw any questions in the chat. I'd be happy to answer those for you as always. You can ask a question of a meteorologist, anything you want. If it's about gardening, we'll answer that too. If it's about raising kids, we're still trying to figure it out. So there's that. But here are your temperatures. Look at this cool down this week, right? By Tuesday, again, Tuesday and the Wednesday, that's when that cool air works in here. We've got 60s in the forecast. We're going to have to watch Thursday morning and Friday morning, and even Saturday morning to that point. We're going to have to watch for frost potential. Near the lakeshore should be fine, but some of the inland locations, if these numbers come down a little bit further, we're looking at upper 30s. We may have some patchy frosts in spots. So Euro can tend to run a little warm on overnight lows sometimes. So especially with the dry soil that we've had, although we are going to have a little rain. But we'll have to keep an eye out for frost, and we'll keep you updated on that. Trust me, I'm all about the frost watch. Being a gardener myself, I got to bring in a lot of stuff. But we may have that this week, okay? So again, Thursday, Friday mornings. So that'd be Wednesday night, Thursday night going to bed. We'll keep you updated, but temperatures only in the low 60s during the day, and then we moderate. Here's the nice looking weather this weekend. Remember, we have to watch for a little rain chance Friday and a Saturday, but right now it looks okay. And then here's the following weekend where it looks fallish with 60s, maybe 50s in the forecast as we go into October 18th and 19th. All right. Hopefully you guys found that helpful in terms of stuff we presented. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. All right. Let's answer your questions, and we'll get you on your way here on this Sunday evening as we get ready for work and school. Mark says quarter inch of rain equals 2.5 inches of snow. Yes, if the ratio is correct. Typical 10 to 1. Yes, that's exactly right, Mark. Let's count our blessings with that, right? David, thanks for the score of the Portage game. Lost 44-3. Know the feeling. We're obviously our Guardians fan. Didn't do so well. Cubs still doing well, though. They're there. Let's see. Ethan says, if some CAPE can form, could there be strong to severe storms? Ethan, certainly possible. That's really the battle this time of year is getting enough CAPE. Again, with our lower sun angle, there's not as much atmospheric energy. But oftentimes, Ethan, as you know, that jet stream can play a bigger role, all right, with some low-level shear, et cetera. So we'll keep an eye on it for sure. I'm not too worried about the Northwest Indiana area for severe weather because of the timing. It's coming in at night, but as it heads further east into Ohio, et cetera, certainly something to watch, right? And then the wind with it, we're talking 20 to 30, some of these wind gusts on the backside of it. So we'll have to keep an eye on it, and that's across the Great Lakes in general. Donna says, so Tuesday, rain in the morning. How about Farmington, Michigan area? Supposed to go to a girls' golf tournament on Tuesday morning. So, yeah, they're going to get rain there too. This front is going to be kind of elongated, Donna. So let's take a look at it right here. So here is your Tuesday morning, all right? See how this front's going into the Michigan area as well, all right? So you're going to be doing the same, pretty much same weather forecast and same timing because that line will be stretched from southwest to northeast, kind of on the same vertical. So same thing. And then the moisture is going to linger a little bit longer in Michigan on Tuesday. All right. Not going to be, an all-out like 8-hour soaker. All right. We'd get some heavier downpours, then it become more scattered, but you'll definitely have rain there as well. Diane says, will we get rain on Monday morning, October 13th? It doesn't look like it right now, Diane. We look dry on the 13th. Let me go back to we're going to go here and we're going to go here. And I'm going to fast forward to the 13th. Here you go. So remember that front goes by and we stay dry next weekend. And then here's, well, it depends on if this thing holds together. I thought this thing was on a Tuesday. No, Diane, I take that back. And so this system is coming in a little quicker. We'll see if it holds. Let's check GFS real quick to see if it even has that same system yet. So they're both latching on to some kind of system, either Monday or Tuesday. So Diane, stand by on this. As of right now, I would keep us dry in the forecast Monday morning. By Monday afternoon and evening, this is on the 13th, not tomorrow, the Monday after. By afternoon and evening, I'd probably start to ramp the rainfall chances up with that. We'll keep an eye on it for sure. Jacob, recap. Nothing bad, Jacobs. We got nothing but good news, buddy. We got some rain coming our way. That rain's arriving again as we go latter half of the day tomorrow, probably after the rush hour into the evening as you're settling in for bed. Should have some good downpours tomorrow. Amounts range from 1/4 of an inch to up to an inch of rain. Just depends on where those thunderstorms go. Not everyone's going to see that inch. Then after that, we turn much cooler. Adrian, yes, absolutely, yes. The Weather Hunters on PBS with my good buddy Al. As you guys know, I work for an NBC station, and so I get to chat with Al every single Wednesday. It's Wednesday or Tuesday. I forget what morning it is. All the mornings blend together. But yeah, I get to go back and forth with Al. He knows our family and all that stuff, and obviously we know his. And he's really excited about launching the Weather Hunter show, which is a really good weather show on PBS, and the kids holds their attention. It's got good plot lines and stuff. Yeah, we're a big fan of that for sure. We're a big PBS fan in general. It's got great program on there. Nature Cat was a good show that all the kids grew up with as well, and they still are. Donna, yeah, I'm not sure. I think it's too soon to cancel that storm system, Donna, on that Monday or Tuesday. It doesn't look like it has a ton of moisture with it. All right, it's not like the system that's coming in tomorrow, Monday and Tuesday. That has some Gulf moisture, so there's going to be good downpours. That one the following week is Pacific, so it doesn't have a ton of rain with it as of right now. It's got more of a temperature change, so we'll see kind of where we go with that. Hi Dee, thanks for joining us. If you need to catch up, just feel free to rewind once we post this here. Maxwell's feeling some lightning shots. It'll be interesting. There's going to be some lightning. Diane's going to Florida on Monday. Nice, Diane. They've had a pretty rainy scene down there over the last couple of weeks. They needed though. They had drought down there as well. Maxwell, one more thing for you before we let everyone go. Let's look at the lightning on here. Let's see what kind of lightning we're going to be dealing with. That's not on this one. I believe it's on the HER. Let's see if the HER goes that far. Lightning flash rate. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see. All right, here's your lightning, at least ability for the atmosphere to produce lightning. Let's see if it goes through tomorrow. It should. Yeah, there you go. There's some good chances of some lightning around here. How about that? Yeah, so hopefully, again, I mean, it's all about thunderstorms, but at least there's going to be some good lightning shots with it. We'll see. It'd be nice to have a little thunderstorm around here, right? It's been a while. So there's that. Yeah, Ethan, me too, buddy. It's been so slow weather-wise. Nice to have a little action again. Okay. Oh, Maxwell, you do. Yeah. It's a great product to use. You know, again, just remember, it's not truth, right? It's just a model. So don't get too, and I know you don't, Maxwell, but a lot of people look at these models and they say, wow, there's going to be lightning over Cedar Lake at 2:00. And it's like, you can't read it that way. Like there's going to be storms in the vicinity, at least the potential's there in terms of the high resolution of that kind of stuff. All right. That's all I got. Hopefully it's helpful. Guys, thanks for joining me. All right, we'll keep you updated all week long. Again, don't forget we're on the radio side of things, X-Rock. If you're listening in your office, let's do it. X-Rock 103.9, Indiana 105.5, and Z107.1 every single day. If you're on in your car, you can catch region weather forecasts on in there too. It's pretty cool to work with them. I think we're on year 3 with them, which is great. And as always, regionweather.com, we've got your updates as well. Side note, before you leave, if you have any feedback on, I've been doing those morning while I'm at home here. I obviously can't do the morning minute updates that we did at work. But if you guys have feedback on those morning videos, do you like them or not? I mean, they're a lot of work to put together. I don't mind doing them, but I just want to make sure you find them useful. I did find that on our emails that we send out, that it's a lower click rate when we have a video. And I'm not worried about click rates. It just tells me what you're interested in. So if it's not a video, if you're not interested in videos in this morning, if you'd rather have a graphic, that's fine. Maybe you're not relying on us at all. That's fine too. But do you guys like the videos, or would you rather have like graphics with info stuff? Let me know the feedback on that, because again, this is your show. I do this for you. I don't do this for me. This is to keep you guys updated. So how do you stay updated best? Is it the morning email with a graphic? Is it the weather videos we've been doing? What is it? Let me know in the comments if you can. That would be great. I find that feedback very helpful, and we'll take it to heart. Okay, guys, have a wonderful night. Have a wonderful week. We'll be with you all week, obviously, as we continue to track this active weather back into the area. All right, take care, guys.